Hey everybody. So I want to talk about the Boston Bruins quickly here, specifically about Ryan Donato, because Ryan Donato was scratched last night's game against the New York Rangers, and he's played his way right out of the Boston Bruins lineup. And really, when I've been watching him this season and just looking at what he's done, he Boston needs to send Donato down to Providence and keep him there. Donato is not performing at an NHL level this year. He is not NHL ready, and he's quite frankly been one of the biggest disappointments on the Bruins team this year. I absolutely would send him to Providence and just leave him there. He's not giving you secondary scoring. He's not playing important minutes. He's not producing really at all this season. He's a guy that needs to go down to the AHL and develop, be a top 6 goal scorer on the AHL team, and really grow his game down there before coming back up to Boston. Look what he's done this year, and he's played 34 games for the Bruins this season. He only has 6 goals and 3 assists for 9 points. He's minus 11. He's only playing 10 to 12 minutes a night. He's playing fourth line minutes. He's not on the ice really in important situations. A lot of his goals this year have come in games where Boston has been out of it, and they're just not important goals. He hasn't really scored any meaningful goals for the Bruins that I can remember off the top of my head. It's been a really, really bad year for Donato, and he's only 22 years old. It's his first full season in the NHL. I really think he would benefit a lot from going down to the AHL, getting some confidence back, putting up some numbers, producing offensively. Boston has sent him down for a short stint in Providence already this year, and it didn't change anything. He was only down for a couple games, and he came right back up and has been completely unproductive, completely useless in Boston. And I think it's time for him to go down and stay down and leave him down there and let him grow his game and develop a little bit down there, because he is clearly not ready for the NHL at this point. He's looked really, really bad this season. That's culminated with him being healthy scratched in the last game. I'd rather have him in Providence playing than up in the press box just watching games. Donato's a guy who, he jumped right in at the end of last season. He finished out his college career at Harvard and then signed with the Bruins, played a good number of games at the end of last season, jumped right in, scored goals, looked really good, and he looked like, wow, this kid might be something. He might be able to jump right in and be a goal scorer at the NHL level. And then this season came expectations. He wasn't just a kid. He was somebody who was expected to be a second or third line secondary scorer for the Bruins and produce at a high level, and somebody who could maybe have gotten to 20 goals this year. And he has not been that at all. He's been downright disappointing this season. There were real expectations for him going into this year, and he hasn't met any of them. So at this point, you're on a team that, quite honestly, has plenty of these plug-in guys that you can throw into the bottom six. You don't need Donato there. They have any number of guys who they can just throw into a bottom six role, and you're going to get the same thing from on a night in and night out basis. A lot of these guys are virtually the same player. Donato would benefit a lot more from just going down to the AHL and playing there for a significant amount of time, growing his game, growing confidence, and hopefully come back a better player, because everything he's done this season has fallen short of expectations. Only 6 goals. We thought he'd easily be in double digits by now. Only 9 points. I mean, he was supposed to be a 40-point guy this year. That's obviously not happening. Minus 11. Not getting ice time because he hasn't earned it. I'm not complaining about him not getting ice time. He hasn't earned the ice time. and he shouldn't be given ice time. He hasn't played well. So overall, I just think that Ryan Donato would really benefit a lot from being sent down to Providence, play in the AHL, and just kind of leave him there for the rest of the year, unless you really need him if injuries happen or something like that. But he's not performing at the NHL level, and it's better off having him playing and developing than sitting up in the press box every night, because he really hasn't earned a spot in the lineup. So I think that these healthy scratches would probably become a much more common thing as this season goes on, as long as the Bruins forward group remains healthy, because he's not earning ice time. So that's just my thoughts on it, but I think he belongs in the AHL and should be sent down, because he's clearly proving that he is not ready for full-time NHL action. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media, check out offthewallhockey.com. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.